All right, how's it going? I'm back again doing another clarinet video today. So today I'm going to be doing something that is pretty tough to do for a new player, especially if you're just starting. Like I said, I'm still working on it, but it's coming along pretty well. This is a technique, not really a technique, but it's something called crossing the break on clarinet. So I'll explain a little more what the break is. You might be thinking, what the heck is the break? I got you. So what the break is, so for example, I'm going to start playing a G. I'm going to play a G. Okay, that's my G. Okay, open, no holes. Okay, that's my G here. I'm going to play it. Now I'm going to play an A. This B flat. Once I cross that note, then I have crossed the break of the clarinet. Okay, so I'll cross the break here pretty soon for you guys, and then I'll show you guys some techniques, maybe some exercises you can do. Since you might be being new students and everything, that would help you cross the break better from what I've learned. Also, yeah, I need to address too. Crossing the break can be pretty tough. Like I said, I'm still having some weird issues with it, but it's coming along. One thing I've been trying to do is I have a friend named Kiara. Actually, sorry, I shouldn't explain that. I have a friend who I practice with, and we try to help each other, like make sure that all of our fingers are covering the holes. That's pretty hard to do, especially being new. You have to fill it out. And we try to give each other tips with Amateur. We'll even look in like a mirror or something, and that'll help us play. So I'd recommend having a practice buddy to help you make sure your fingers are covered, getting your good amateur, someone who knows what they're doing. All right, so I'm going to start here. I'm going to start playing. I'm going to actually just start from a low G, actually. So I'm going to get my tone out of here. F, actually. Yeah, so that is that was a little extra at the end. That is me going for my actually low F. I didn't start on G. I started on F, which would be a concert E flat, but and I went up from that low F all the way up to the B flat. Okay, and that's my low register up to my B flat. Now, guys, after the B flat, that's when you cross the break. It gets pretty crazy. So I'm going to show you some tips here. This key. So I was pushing these two keys to get my B flat. You want to cover this, obviously you want to always cover this tone hole when you're playing certain notes, okay? Not all, if you're playing the open G, there's some notes, okay, you don't actually cover this, but obviously when you're playing your E, your D, your C, you want to have this back hole cover. You're playing your F. F sharp is this whole covered, okay, so obviously, but this time it's tricky. So what I do, personally, to get this set up, is I curve my thumb up, so I have my thumb where it's blocking this tone hole, and pushing the back part of the key. You can't push both parts, because look, watch, I'll show you. If you're trying to get both parts down, it doesn't quite give you that high-pitched sound, because this hole isn't quite covered. Okay, it's kind of weird. So, what I recommend trying, now guys, this can be difficult, is just having a partner or someone check your fingers. So practice with people, guys. This is the best tip I can give you. I've been practicing with a friend whenever I get a chance, and we've been trying to help each other make sure our finger pads are covering the holes. Try not to put too much pressure, but also not just like too lazy, okay? Make sure to really be putting enough pressure, but not too much. So I'm going to start with G. Okay, I'm going to be playing a G here. Okay, that's what it is. Ready? Okay, see, I got a squeak there. I'm still working on that D. I have to go back to it. Okay, so I'm going to start again from the G. so I just played that full scale for you guys. Having a hard time. Obviously, my breath support's not the best. That's the idea. Now, I did screw up going to that D. So feel free to correct me on that. That's because my finger, when I realized, was not quite covering that hole. It was like that, okay? But it's not like this. You're not really, you know, putting them over. You're curving them a bit, trying to get them just nice and covered on there. That's basically the idea. I played from a C up to an A. And that's crossing the break. That's that break. Look. You know. And then down to the D. The C is kind of still working on it, hit and miss. I did play it for you guys at one time, so I'm still working on that. Of course, the B natural, you have this key here. Let's see if I can try that once. Yeah, still having a bit of an issues, but I was able to get that C a couple times. That's kind of what my range is right now, C to A when I'm over the break, and then up to a B flat from that low F before I get to the break. And of course, still, it's going to be tough. You're just going to be hit and miss with some of those. You're just going to have to try to adjust your embouchure, having your your lip tucked in, your mouth, corners of your mouth, actually fairly relaxed, not super tight, but tight enough, just right. And yeah, also make sure you read. Also, I'd give a tip is just right, kind of barely past that mouthpiece. Should be good there. So like I was saying, tips for beginning players is you want to have like a practice partner, someone to help you keep you accountable. I finally am able to play over the break a little better than I was a few days ago because I've been practicing more. I have, like I said, a friend who we're working on it and doing it together. I'd really just recommend that, basically. That's all I really have right now. And like I said, the most difficult thing crossing the break for new players, I'm going to address this once again, is just getting those holes covered and getting enough airflow. Sometimes my throat does tighten, so I have to make sure to get airflow, adjusting the embouchure, which I was trying to do with the lip. Kind of have your teeth on the mouthpiece, not on the ring, but you actually are supposed to bite on that mouthpiece. And yeah, so that's all I got. So I would just say, stay after it. Make sure you guys, you're struggling with it, get a friend or someone, make sure it's really those holes that are going to get you when you first start. Also, my head did sag down a bit, but I tried to keep it up a little bit. With my eyes down, but my head, you don't want to have your head down like this. You want to have it, fairly angled. You want to have it straight on to get that airflow through. That'll actually affect your tuning as well. So that's just a little add-on for crossing the break. So yeah, that's basically what I got for you guys. So thank you. Appreciate it.